What's up, guys? We got a first place deck profile with toss format, so we decided to do a retro format here at Collectible Exchange. And your boy Brian Reyes.
Brian Reyes.
Yeah. He got first place with it, and he won his Nintendo Switch. So why did you decide to play this deck?
I played Salamangreat back in 2019 when toss format was the meta, and I got 5th place at the NAWCQ that year. Nice. So I was one match away from Worlds. So I've been very comfortable with this deck. It's one of my favorite decks of all time, and I really like playing it. I think it's fun.
Okay, cool. You want to show your deck profile?
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Okay, cool.
So one of the best cards in the deck, 3 Flame Buffalo. It's just a pot of greed in this deck, so just really good. Not much to say. 3 Gazelle. Welcome back, 3 Gazelle in the current format.
Yep.
At Nats that year, I played 2 Spinny, but this year, this deck is actually 50 cards. I'll go into that in a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So I played 3 Spinny just so you have more consistency. 3 Foxy, still 2 Jaguar because people play DD Crow, so you gotta play the second. 1 Falco, and then one of the best cards of the deck is Foul.
Yes.
Foul has so much utility in this deck. Locking back row, chain blocking chain blocking Gazelle from being ashed. Just another extender, free body, making Dweller, making Baguska. It just does so much in this deck. It's really, really strong. So that's it for all the monsters. 3 Circle, 3 Signet. Back in the day, I only played 2 because I was playing a smaller deck. And then you didn't really need 3 Signet because you were playing 40 cards and you were playing 3 Gazelle, 3 Foxy, 2 Jaguar, 2 Spinny. I mean, you were always making Stalio, always getting the Gazelle. But again, I played 50 cards, so I wanted to play the 3 Signet. 2 Desires. Again, I didn't play this back in the day because small cards, but I like the big deck, and the big deck needs a little more starters, a little more consistency, and Desires does that.
Right.
And then 1 Field Spell, 2 Rage. I was testing 3 before I came into the tournament, but I didn't want to play like too many cards, and I wanted room for other stuff. So I was happy with 2. I would see it when I wanted it, so it was fine with 2. And then
Sorry to interrupt. Did you ever banish a copy of the Field Spell from Desire?
But it's not that important.
It's not that important.
I banished it like once in Swiss, but it wasn't that important.
Okay.
And then only 1 Roar. A lot of people like playing multiple Roar, especially with Desires. But I think this deck is fine with just 1 Roar because I mean most of the times, if you're going first, you should be making like a floodgate, like Baguska or Dweller. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, Roar is nice to back it up, but usually the floodgate's enough. So I was fine with this one. And that's all like the engine. And for all the flex cards, I played 3 Ash because it's just the most versatile hand trap of all time.
Right.
3 Veiler. This hand trap's really strong in this format. It's really good versus Gazelle. Good versus Stalio. Good versus the Nightmare Mermaid. Good versus the Guard Dragons, LP and Iron Pain. Good versus Saryuja. It's like good. It's just so strong, and then it combos really well with Phantasme. Because it's a hand trap that you can draw into and still use. And then Phantasme obviously is extremely strong. Really strong versus the Salamangreat mirror. Very strong versus Sky Striker. Excuse me. And then it's okay versus Orchist, and it's pretty decent versus the Thunder deck because you can at least draw 3 cards to try and draw into something like Ogre or Veiler. So Phantasme is really good. And then 2 Ogre just because it's really good versus the Guard Dragons, and it's good versus Sky Striker of them too. So it's just very generic. It's good.
And for the refresher, sorry to interrupt again.
Yeah.
So if they activate the Guard Dragon effect to special summon to a zone, and you pop it with Ghost Ogre, it will not resolve?
If it's no longer pointing to 2 zones that a Link monster points to, it won't resolve.
I see.
So that's why the Ogre is really good versus the Guard Dragons.
Okay, cool.
And then for this tournament, I set a main deck 2 DD Crow. Just really, like I said, I'm playing more than the generic 40 cards, so I wanted to play a few more utility cards, and this card's just really good this format. It's only bad versus Thunder, but versus the Mirror, it's really strong. Versus Orcus, it's really strong. Versus Sky Striker, it's pretty good. So it's just really generic, really good versus everything that's not Thunder. So I really like DD Crow in the main deck. It actually won me a lot of games today.
Nice.
And then the last hand trap, 3 Imperm, just another effect Veiler, so it's really good.
Yeah.
And to round out the flex cards, I played 2 Called By. Initially, I was playing 3 just because this card's just so good. But again, it's another card that's just like not that good versus Thunder. I figured I'd just play 2 side of the third for like the Mirror, Orchist. It's also strong versus Sky Striker. So I was happy with the 2. I didn't miss the third of the main.
I see. Okay.
2 Cosmic, only because Mystic Mind's a card, so you have to respect it. And I know I'm playing 2 Rage, but you still need like an additional card. And then it's just a generic utility card to get rid of back row and stuff going second.
I see.
Cosmic's always good. And then the last 2, I main decked 2 Mind Control in the main deck. It's just really, I mean, it's obviously bad going first, but it's really good for going second versus honestly everything. Really good versus the Mirror, really good versus Sky Striker just to take a link, really good versus Orcus just to get rid of something and link climb with it. Just good versus everything. I mean, even versus Thunder, you could take a Seal, you could take a Colossus, I don't know. It's just really good. And this is like going back from the Worlds that year when Koki main 3 in the main deck. And I liked that when I played it at the World Celebration. So I wanted to continue with that now. And like I said, yeah, I played 50 cards today. The consistency really doesn't take a hit in this deck.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many, there's 3 ofs that are like effectively 1-card starters in this deck.
Yeah.
So it's just, the consistency is it does not really take a hit. I didn't break once all tournament, so I was really happy with it.
Taking a Colossus so you can actually link it away, is that what you try to do?
You can do that, yeah.
I see.
It's just another card that you like take away from your opponent's board that you don't have to deal with.
I see. Okay, cool.
For the extra deck is pretty standard. One Baguska, this card, I did not play this card in 2019. I played Tornado Dragon, and Tornado Dragon did come up today, but like, this card just beats Thunder Dragon by itself almost, so you have to play Baguska.
Yeah.
One Dweller, this is obvious, the Mirror and Orc is just too good. Only one Stalio, I played 2 Stalio back in the day, but I've learned how to play this deck a little better, so I had never missed a second one. Standard 3 Baylings, 3 Sunlight Wolf, standard,
Yeah,
so
standard
2 Heat
stuff,
Leo, Nightmare Phoenix, Hita, one of the best cards back then.
Nice.
And then for this tournament, I played Update Jammer Transcode. Back then, I played Borreload, and Borreload's good, but these cards just OTK, so they were really good. And then this card's really good versus like Sky Striker not being able to target. It's pretty good versus the Mirror as well, so I'm very happy I played with this. I got like 2 OTKs today in tournament.
Nice.
And lastly, for the side deck, 3 Droll. Back in the day, I played Shared Ride because Shared Ride was much better versus like the Mirror and Sky Striker. Now I was more afraid of Sky Striker, but obviously people realized that Thunder was the best deck, and this card's just really good versus Thunder. So kind of have to play 3 Droll. 3 Lancers. This was in everybody's side deck, so you just have to play versus Orcus. Only 2 Pancratops. I would love to have played 3, especially since I'm playing 50 cards, but I just had no space. I wanted like every card in my side deck. I wanted it in there, so just no space.
I see.
The 3rd DD Crow, just for the Mirror and Orcus, just too strong not to play. The 3rd Ogre for Sky Striker and Thunder, is just too strong again. The 3rd Mind Control, like I said, like I wanted to play all these cards in the main deck, but I didn't want to go over 50, so they're all on the side. So the 3rd Mind Control, the 3rd Called by the Grave, and then the last 3 cards were 2 Twin Twister for Mystic Mind decks, Sky Striker, any like just back row decks. And then I don't know, I played Imperial Order here. I can't believe I didn't play this card back in 2019. This is one of the best cards ever printed, so I'm just astounded that I didn't play it. It's just so broken. I didn't draw it, but it's just the fact that this card exists.
Yeah.
You have to play this card in decks that can play it.
Yeah, it's a win button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my deck. I had a really fun time. This toss format is so fun.
Yeah.
It brings me back good memories of 2019, and it's really fun, really enjoyable. So I suggest if you guys have toss tournaments around your area to check them out. Just a quick shout out, of course, to the local collectible exchange, friend Alberto for hosting the tournament.
Yeah.
Great tournament. Come out. Always have good tournaments here. And just shout out to my chulos, Team Big Dog. You guys already know.
Big dog. All right. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you more in the future.
Thank you.